bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With News of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. In a conference on security at the Reichman University in Herzliya this week, Prime Minister Naftali Bennett indicated readiness to step up Israel's confrontation with Iran and reiterated that his country would not be bound by any new Iranian nuclear deal with world powers. He said Israel is, of course, not a party to the deal, and Israel is not obligated by the deal. Indirect negotiations to revive the 2015 nuclear deal with Iran are scheduled to begin November 29th. Bennett, who took power in June, described Iran in a speech as being at the most advanced stage of its nuclear program. Finance Minister Avigdor Lieberman said, with or without an agreement, Iran will be a nuclear state and have a nuclear weapon within 5 years tops. Defense Minister Benny Gantz said earlier this week that Iran has attempted to smuggle explosives to terrorists in the West Bank using a drone launched from Syria, although Israel intercepted it near the border. Speaking at the Security and Policy Conference at the Reichman University, he said in 2018, Iran launched the drone from the T4 airbase in Syria carrying TNT. He said, "We must not allow Iran to become a nuclear power, which will lead to its terror activities running rampant across the region and even trigger an arms race in the Middle East." Defense Minister Benny Gantz has traveled to Morocco on a visit to formalize cooperation between the two countries. The two-day trip comes less than a year after Morocco normalized ties with Israel in a deal brokered by former U.S. President Donald Trump's administration. Gantz, the first Israeli defense minister to make an official visit to Morocco, will sign a memorandum of understanding that will outline defense cooperation between the two countries. And after a major public backlash against the military over stagnation of salaries for low-ranking troops, as pensions of retired career officers increase on a regular basis, Israel has announced a 50% increase in pay for IDF soldiers. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.